Well, hey, everyone. Welcome back to the show. Today, I'm interviewing a real estate power couple, a couple of young real estate entrepreneurs I've had the pleasure of getting to know over the last number of months. We've got Jake Penney and his partner in crime, in life, in real estate, Leanna Cunrod. Hey, you guys, how are you doing today?
We're doing great, Dave.
Dave, how are you?
I am great. So, Jake and Leanna are BRRRR investors who have been doing this for a number of years, and they started off with flips. Now they're doing BRRRRs, single family homes, small multifamily properties in and around Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. And what we're going to dive in here today is a little bit about why they've chosen this strategy and what their secret sauce is to success in real estate and success as a couple investing in real estate together. So you guys, for folks that haven't had the pleasure of getting to know you a little bit, give us a very, very brief overview of what got you into this wild and wonderful world of real estate in the first place.
So we've been together for 9 years now, and we started our real estate journey about 7 years ago. Jake always had an entrepreneurial mindset. I was in school for nursing at the time. So as we fast forward, realized there was a glass ceiling, and we didn't want a glass ceiling, realized that real estate was what 90% of the wealth hold in their portfolio to that financial freedom. So we thought we're going to conquer it and take down real estate. And that's where we deep dove. As you said, we started with flips and now we're into BRRRRs. So yeah, that's kind of the short synopsis of how we got started. Just Jake always had the mindset of doing something bigger and better.
Now, one of the things I love about your story, you guys, and you're very modest about this, but you were actually on a reality TV show. So tell us a little bit about when and how that happened and what kind of lessons were learned about real estate on TV.
Yeah, so we were actually featured on DIY Network, First Time Flippers. At the time, we were not first time flippers at all, but we got
So you had experience. It was not your first
yeah.
Okay, there's red flag number one.
Yeah.
In the title. All right.
So the show, DIY Network, was interviewing a bunch of people from local RIAs, which is real estate investment clubs all over the country. And we're like, hey, we got the email that, hey, you guys need to come out and do a tryout or interview with the person that
the show.
Producers, that's it. Yeah. And we're like, all right, hey, we'll do it. So we got on, next thing you know, we do the interview, we get a call, hey, you got the spot. And we're like, what?
Does it bust out the champagne? We're going to be TV. We're going to be stars now. Yeah.
Yeah. Little did we know it was going to be a lot of work. Acting is no joke because those shows, it's all acting. It's nothing more than that.
There's nothing real about reality TV. It's all scripted. It's all performed. They would have us go, on set or on TV, lay a couple pieces of tile. Then we would get off camera. The tile guy would come in and finish, and then we'd get back on. Oh my gosh, it's all finished. Like, it's so beautiful.
and how about the whole creating drama? Because there's always got to be some drama going on there. How did they, because you guys seem to get along pretty well. So what kind of drama did they inject into your fake reality TV life?
Well, one thing's for sure, there were so many bloopers of me because I could never remember the skit. So everybody was mad at me. But one of the bloopers were, I was hanging drywall and I couldn't find the studs in the ceiling because I wasn't using the stud finder. So the drywall dropped on my head. Another one where we had to fake a pipe burst in the basement. Yeah. And it actually ended up into a real problem, and you want to.
Yeah, the basement. So that was the catch, right? You need something interesting to keep viewers just on your show. So they made us fake, like Jake said, a pipe burst, which actually turned real. The whole basement flooded. It had about 5 to 6 inches of water, and this was not accumulated in our budget. But they were like, wow, that was great. Okay, cool. Now what? We're like, what do you mean now what? That wasn't planned. That wasn't in our budget. So. But that was the only realest part of that show was
Now, did they encourage you guys to fight a little bit on camera there to keep things spicy, or not so much?
Not really, because at that moment we were like, oh crap, guys, this is legit. And all the producers and filmers, took off with their stuff upstairs, and we're like,
Oh, there was another part where we were carrying out a toilet.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
It somehow, because the porcelain's really sharp, it caught my shin, and my shin was bleeding, like a huge cut bleeding
yeah,
open.
yeah.
And they thought we like had a ketchup pack and put a ketchup pack on my leg to make it seem like, oh, this is, they're faking it, they're really playing the part. And I was like, oh no, I'm really bleeding.
Oh, no.
Everyone was like, call an ambulance. I'm like, no, it's okay, I can finish the show, and ended up having to go get like 9 stitches. So
Ooh.
yeah, it was a good
Wow.
time.
Wow. Well, it sounds like a very interesting experience from start to finish. How long was that to film that episode?
It was 8-hour days, not all back to back, but throughout the stage of the project. So 8 days, 8 hours for a 25-minute show.
25,
Wow.
30.
Yeah. So it's a
Wow.
lot of filming for a little bit of airtime.
Definitely. Holy smokes. And how long was it between when you finished filming and it actually got aired?
It was like a couple months.
Yeah, I think it was fairly quick.
But I love it at the end where they were like, oh, they bought it for this. They put it and sold it, and they made this massive profit of like $100,000. So I was like, that's not how you do real estate math.
No.
So so big lesson learned is it's all bullshit from start to finish. Is that pretty much it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a fun time, but I don't think it's for us.
Don't think you're a real estate investor once you watch a show. It's not how it works.
Yeah, don't think you know exactly how it goes step by step.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing. Now, did that have any being on the show? Did that have any positive impact for you guys?
I mean, it definitely did. Recognition, that authoritative piece that
Positioning,
you can now put on. Hey, we've been featured on DIY Network. People asked, actually for a little bit there, people were like, "Hey, do we know you?" That watch it. And it was a big deal in like our area. So people still ask about it to this day, to where they can actually watch it still. So hey, I guess it does.
That's cool. Yeah, no, that's something that would be cool to find a link to that, put that up on your website so people can check that out if they like. That's for sure. With the disclaimer that this is not how it really works in real life, but something along those lines. Cool. All right, you guys. So you started off kind of doing the flips. You were on TV. You got your 15 minutes of fame there. Decided, hey, reality TV, been there, done that. Don't want to do any more of it. And then you transitioned into more of a buy and hold type of a strategy. What was a light bulb moment for you guys that made you decide to do that?
Well, I mean, that light bulb moment was really with flipping. It's a glorified job. You're finding deals, which takes a lot of work. You're doing the renovations, and then you're selling the property, all to get a check that's taxed at the highest rate, capital gains rate, and then have to do all the work over again without building any legacy wealth or long-term wealth at all, or passive income. So we're like, hey, we're going through this cycle. How about we do the same thing as flipping, but we keep the property, build equity, which is wealth, and get passive income for the rest of our life. So that was the key note right there, that we had to change to that. Because
but was there one like pivotal moment that just whacked you right between the eyes and said, we got to change what we're doing here? Or was there one insight, one person that pointed something out to you, or was it just kind of a gradual realization?
It was more about building passive income so we could build a lifestyle on our terms.
I would say it was gradual. Yeah, like nothing really struck us hard. Like we had a couple rentals as we were going through the flips, duplex, triplex, kind of smaller multifamily, which is great. But then we realized we could scale it. And as Jake said, why do one property get paid once when we can do the whole property and get paid every month, year over year? All
right. Very cool. So when did you do your first BRRRR deal? What year was that?
I want to say 2019.
I think so.
Yeah,
okay. So at the time we're filming this, it's 2023. So about 4 years ago. And what does your real estate investing business look like today? What kind of properties are you focusing on? How much have you built your portfolio up to at this point?
So, I mean, to this day, we've probably done over 80 some properties, fix and flipping and BRRRRs. We're 2 properties away from hitting that 50 rentals properties in our portfolio. So
If 50 rental units or 50
50
properties
total
only?
properties. Yeah. So that's a little over an 8-figure real estate portfolio.
Nice.
Solely owned
Congratulations.
by both of us. So yeah, we really scaled over the 2 years, 3 years.
Really, honestly, within the last 8 months, we really took the BRRRR to a new level. I mean, we bought 30 properties within the last 8 months, which are fully rehabbed, rented out, ready to go. So it really, I guess we can say something last year really clicked to how we could scale, much more with the BRRRR strategy. And that's really where we were able to increase those numbers in our rentals.
Yeah, we really started taking off during COVID, honestly.
Yeah.
So out of those 48 properties, how many total rental units do you have in the portfolio? Because you got single family homes, you got small multis, you got a whole mix of. What do you got for rental units right now, give or take? You lost track already.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a whole spreadsheet where it breaks down everything. Probably like 48 to 53, something around there.
Yeah. But some of them are, like you said, like a triplex or a duplex, and then all of the rest of them are the single family units.
Okay, so the largest part of your portfolio are single family homes.
Correct. Yes, our biggest multifamily is a triplex.
Okay, cool. I got it now. All right, so what would you say? Because it sounds like you're really, you got off to a good start, and then it kind of you got the hockey stick thing going on there. What made the big difference? What kind of clicked in you guys, and what allowed you to scale so much so fast, especially with single family homes, which, eventually, typically most people hit the wall with cash credit financing for doing these on their own. How were you able to get that hockey stick curve growth?
Wow, that's another fantastic idea. Hold on to that thought for a sec. We'll be right back. Now, are you a real estate investor who's run out of cash or credit to grow your portfolio? Are you looking to grow your portfolio using other people's money and raising capital? Well, I want to show you how to raise 6 figures or more in 6 weeks or less at my upcoming Investor Attraction Workshop. You can get your ticket and find out all about it at investorattractionworkshop.com. We're going to spend a full day taking a deep dive into this roadmap that I've used to raise millions for my deals, and I've helped other people just like you cumulatively raise hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for their deals as well. So again, you can check that out at investorattractionworkshop.com. And as a loyal listener to the podcast, you'll get 50% off your ticket when you use the discount code podcast. That's right, discount code podcast at investorattractionworkshop.com. See you at the next workshop.
So, we hit that parabolic growth by providing more value in our marketplace, whether that's teaching people how to invest in real estate, building an audience, building a following, or teaching our investor partners how they can make great returns by being an investor into real estate, one of our partners. So that really helped us scale. And then also we built a team behind us of a great acquisition team and an awesome kick-ass contracting team. So those 3 things gave us the juice, gave us the fuel to really take off in the past year, really.
Okay, well, I get it with the investors and the contracting team. How has the whole platform and teaching and training around real estate, how has that helped your actual real estate investing business? Or has that been where some of your joint venture partners and your investors have come from, is because they've seen what you guys are doing and they've wanted to participate?
Yeah, so a lot of our joint venture partners have seen what we've been doing, due to our email, marketing, our social media presence, us teaching at local libraries, doing webinars and seminars, and wanting to get on board with us because they see that, one, they can make an awesome return being partners, investing in Main Street, and also having a social impact in their local communities as well.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about, because that stuck out for me. That's something that most people that I interview aren't necessarily doing, is teaching classes at their local library. So what does that mean? What does that look like? How did that happen? Why did you start doing that? I'm very curious about that, you guys.
So we started teaching a course online at our local library called How to Become Your Own Bank. And we teach people, ordinary people, how they can make double-digit returns secured by real estate in their local market by becoming the bank, meaning they can invest out of their, investment capital, 401ks, IRAs, place that money into what's a private lender, right, by lending on the real estate itself, whether secured by a mortgage, promissory note, confession of judgment, guarantee and suretyship, things that keep their capital secured, all backed by the actual tangible asset real estate.
That is brilliant, you guys. Where did you come up with that idea, and how did you get the local library on board to promote you to their patrons?
So just mentorships along the way. I've been taught by great capital raisers just like yourself.
Well, I didn't teach you that one. I think
no, you did.
Awesome.
You did not teach us that one, but it was a place that we could go and train people in person, because it's a free seminar. We don't charge anything for it. It actually costs money to actually do the venue, which isn't a lot, but.
So you're doing it in person plus online?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would just help out.
So did you approach the library about that whole idea and pitch them on the idea, or what?
No, that we just had the book on there, and it was $100 per session, and
okay,
they didn't really ask many questions.
Oh, okay, I get it. So you're just using the library as the venue for presenting this. How often do you do these presentations or these courses, and how long is it?
Typically once a month, online or in person. And they last about, I want to say, an hour at most, usually about 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes of Q&A.
That is very, very good. And then how do you get the word out about those?
So we reach out to people online. We put it on meetup.com, Eventbrite, Facebook events, blast it on our social media. And then we also send direct mail pieces to, people that we think may be a credible investor, whether they're an accredited investor, they've made loans in our market in the past. We can do that by pulling a list, which is pretty awesome. And then just other business owners in our local community, knowing that, hey, they may have excess cash that is just sitting around doing nothing on the sidelines, or they're just sick and tired of the up and down roller coaster of the stock market, lining the pockets of Wall Street, where they can actually line their own pockets and help the Main Street where their businesses are.
Very, very cool. Well, that's smart, you guys. And you're doing that on a monthly basis. And I know it's all over the place, but typically what kind of a turnout are you getting for these either live in-person events or webinars?
So we like to keep them like small knit. So we limit them to like 8 to 15 people, nothing big, because we want to make it personable, have interaction with the people, not be too crowded to where nobody talks or anything. Really get to know the people in our marketplace and how we can help them see what their needs are, see what they're struggling with, and how we might be able to place this in their investment toolbox.
Well, that is awesome, because you're getting very, very good quality leads from that. Every single month, you're adding 8 to 15 people to your prospective investor contact list. Not everybody's going to jump on board right away. They already see you guys as the experts, as the authorities, because you're putting on the event, so to speak. And what do you find works better, the live in person or the online, or are they pretty much even, Steven?
It's pretty even, Steven, because some people like online, some people like in person. And then also we just have that email drip that sends out, valuable content to them, teaching them more on the process, just staying in front of them.
No, that is good. Keep that up, you guys. That is fantastic. So one of the things I love about you guys and what you're doing with real estate investing is the whole mindset side of things. You don't call your tenants, you call your tenants residents. What's the difference for you?
I think we started calling them residents because we see the houses that we flip as they're super nice. They're redone to top market trends. So we want people to feel at home in them. And when you're at home, you're generally a resident. When you hear tenant, you think of short term, or a lot of times tenants get a bad rep. You're generally slumlord correlated with some things, and that's not us by any means. So we wanted to try and change how we said things to honor and respect who's in there. And hopefully that's get reciprocated to us, that they honor and respect our property and our time.
And I'll also say, if you were to see one of our rental properties in our market, you'll know it's ours, because our, hands down, our properties are the nicest in our market, because we go above and beyond what the market even calls for. So by doing that, these people were like, wow, this is our home. They see that you put a lot of effort, and we redo everything down to, the mechanics, plumbing, electric, HVAC, give them custom kitchens, custom bathrooms, vinyl luxury plank. We really go the whole 9 quarts, countertops. So they see the difference that we do versus the other landlords in our market. And that just totally changes the psychology of the tenant into a resident.
So when did you guys kind of come to that realization? At what was that, from day one, your first BRRRR, you did that, or did it kind of, how did you come to that? Because so many other folks, other people that are doing BRRRRs, want to make their properties look nice, but they don't want to spend too much. They don't want to go over the board, because they're thinking they're just going to be getting a tenant in here, and they're going to do the normal tenant thing. And why put all that money and effort into it if you're going to have to redo it down the road? So how did you guys come to this realization?
I guess that started from day one, our vision of our company becoming a household name. We just didn't want to be the fix and flippers or the BRRRR people in our market. We wanted to build this into a full out investment company where people can come and invest with us, rebuild communities and make awesome returns. So by doing that, we thought, hey, we can't be the same cookie cutter real estate investor in our markets. We can't, do the white shaker cabinets and, the subway tile, because everybody does that. How are you going to stick out? How are you going to be different? So we thought, hey, let's make our product better than everybody else, still on a budget that's affordable.
Yeah.
And people will notice that. And it, hands down, people know what our units are, and they rave over them.
So have you found that that's translated into, well, first of all, are you guys charging a premium rate compared to comparables in the market? And if so, give or take, how much of a difference are you getting there?
Definitely charging a premium rental rate, just because, like I said, everything is redone down to the studs pretty much.
Yeah.
And just the comparables aren't comparable. So they're just not.
I think that's the title I'm going to put on for this podcast. The comparables are not comparable.
So, typically the 3 bedrooms in our market, we're usually $200 more. Or 4 bedrooms, we're probably about $300 to $400 more. But even some of our 1-bedroom apartments are like $400 more than what the market calls.
Wow.
We're doing live edge wood shelves in the kitchen, floor to ceiling tile. I mean, you name it, we're doing it.
So that automatically, just because of the price point, attracts a higher level resident for you. What have you found that this is translated into longer term tenancies or residencies?
Yes, definitely. So as you said, with the resident term came about because we knew when we redo our properties, like Jake said, we want a name behind it. We want people to know our product is the best. Our houses are the best. If you see one of our houses listed, you're going to be in a great house to show great amenities that other people wouldn't have. So you attract, even though, yes, the rents are a little higher, you're going to attract a different type of person who can afford that. But also it's in return to hope that they respect it also. Have somebody in there that's clean, somebody who wants the home to stay as nice as when they first moved in. And we do find that a lot, that most people we have somebody on a 5 or 7 year, between 5 and 7 year now. So people stay a long time.
Nice. Well, that is brilliant, you guys. Now, as we wrap up the interview here today, I hope it's okay if I ask you guys a personal question, because getting to know you over the last number of months, I see your bright, smiling, shiny faces on a regular basis. And you guys, you're together 24/7. You're business partners, you're life partners. You attend masterminds together, you travel together, you work out together. I mean, you guys are stuck together like glue, and you still got big, bright smiles on your faces. What is the secret that you guys have, or what is the mindset you guys have about being able to do that and not really, get on each other's nerves?
Well, one, we love each other dearly. So I think that really plays key. We love being in each other's presence. We love the energy that we both put off. We each, in the business side, we each have a role that we need to attain. So we're not necessarily stepping on each other's toes or pointing fingers of who did this, who didn't do that. Like, here's my lane, here's Jake's lane. If we both achieve what we need to achieve, we keep going up. Communication is huge. We've definitely have that narrowed down. Like, if something comes up, we talk about it. If something's going to happen, we talk about it. There's no closed communication. Everything's open. And then the last thing I would say is our alignment. We both have the alignment to go north. We both have similar goals. So a lot of things with us align. And I know that doesn't always happen for everybody, but luckily those things play for us that allow us to stay together, like you said, pretty much 24/7. We wouldn't want it any other way. We love being glued at the hips. Like, if there's one without the other somewhere, people will immediately ask, like, where are they?
What happened?
Yeah, it's like, oh, she or he, they're just in the bathroom. Like, don't worry, they'll be back. Like, we're not far away.
That is so wonderful, you guys. And it resonates with me because years ago, I was interviewing two separate couples that were similar to you guys. They did everything together, invested together, worked together 24/7, glued at the hip kind of thing. And I asked both couples what their secrets to success were, and they're very, very similar. And one of them had it really dialed down. They said, we got our 3 C's to success. Let me see if I can remember. But one of them, first one was communication, right? So making sure they had open communication and that they never went to bed angry. And I know that's a overused term now, but they really, really applied that. Commitment, they're both committed towards the same goals, that same North Star. And trying to remember what the third one was. It'll come to me right after we finish this up. But basically, very similar to what you guys were talking about, but slightly different languages. So yeah, it was each one had their roles and their responsibilities. They were committed towards the same goals, and they had that open communication. So that is the key. So thank you very much for reinforcing that. It's just so wonderful to see it in action and just feel the genuine vibe of how well you work together and how you guys feel about each other. And I would say, as an objective person looking in, this is a huge part of your success, is being able to work together as a team like this. Would you guys agree? And what do you have to? What are your thoughts about that?
Absolutely, because we have the same vision, the same purpose, the same goals, that same North Star. We both want to add value to our families and the people around us and build something great. So that both of us having that same goal and that like mind task really helps trajectorize ourselves in the right direction every day we wake up.
Very cool. All right, you guys. Well, this has been very fun. I've enjoyed it very much. And if people want to connect with you and find out more about Jake and Leanna, what should they do?
They can reach us on social media. Jake Penney Jake Penney Real Estate on all social media platforms. And
I think mine's just Leanna_Cunrod.
Okay.
But we also have our website that you can visit, investwithjakeandleanna.com. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there. There's great blogs, there's links, there's, chat with us now page. So feel free to search that or just look us up and reach out.
Sounds good. All right, you guys, keep up the good work. And everybody, thanks for tuning in today. Well, hey there. Thanks for tuning into the Property Profits podcast. If you like this episode, that's great. Please go ahead and subscribe on iTunes. Give us a good review. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that. And if you're looking to attract investors and raise capital for your deals, then I'm going to invite you to get a complimentary copy of my newest book, right back there. There it is. The Money Partner Formula. You can get a PDF version at investorattractionbook.com. Again, investorattractionbook.com. Take care.